Howdy, partner. How be the vibes?
Yo, I like that one.
Howdy, partner. How be the vibes?
Howdy, partner. That's how I'm gonna greet people now. Howdy, partner. How be the vibes?
Is that actually how be the vibes?
The vibes are immaculate.
Immaculate.
The vibes are blowing through a summer breeze. We love them.
Now, they sound like some impressive vibes.
Talking about summer.
Oh, can we just have a little segue about summer for a second? Because the heat is hurting me.
You're suffering, aren't you?
I'm just, like, I don't mind the sunshine, but it's like, for example, I'm sat here talking to you, and for absolutely zero reason other than the fact that the room's a little bit warm in here, my hands are sticky, and my feet are sweaty, and I'm just not having a good time.
So I haven't really been, like, hot yet. It's not been, like, hot for me yet, and I've been running in the middle of the day some days.
You're so lucky. You just don't suffer.
I'm a lizard.
You're a lizard. I told you. I knew you were a reptilian. Anyway, back on to summer. So what we're talking about this week, Luke.
Back on the summer. Wait, I'm Luke. That's Shannon.
Oh, and I'm Shannon. Hi.
We're friends, we're millennials, and we do a podcast.
We do. And you're listening to it now. Podcast.
Should you really do the intro more routinely?
Our intros are just like, yeah, let's just wing it. Isn't this whole thing essentially just, let's wing it?
Yeah. I don't want to edit them out now because it's kind of the theme. Okay, so speaking of summer and sun and holidays and all that stuff.
Yes.
I took myself to Crete.
Shock. No. When? I don't believe you.
I know. You weren't at all worried I was going to die.
I mean, literally, that was it. Yeah. I was so concerned.
Yeah, I woke up one morning essentially being like, well, I guess I'm buying a plane ticket. And I did.
Looks like I'm going on holiday. And you tried to speak me into it, which we spoke about in the last episode.
I did. I tried to, because I was like, you know what would be really fun if we go to Crete together?
Yep.
And you were like, yeah, it will be. And I was like, oh, here's all the stuff. And you were like, I need to be a responsible adult. I have a tattoo to get.
Yes, I had a tattoo to get.
So yeah, I took myself to Crete. It was my first ever solo holiday. I've been on a plane by myself before to like see my family on holiday, but I've never been like on a holiday. I loved it.
Did you love it?
I loved it. It was amazing. I got to go to... right, we'll go into it. Let's go.
Go on.
So firstly, right.
Yes.
I went to Chania in Crete.
Okay.
It's like a little coastal town. It's very cute. It's one of the two big cities. There's Chania and there's Heraklion.
Okay.
And I will be saying these names wrong, thank you. But I was in Chania.
Okay.
So, day one. I arrive at midnight.
Yes, you do. Oh my God.
I arrived at midnight because my plane was delayed. And it's midnight Crete time, which is 4 hours ahead. So it wasn't actually that late, like, mentally.
But it was, because it was midnight, because the clock said midnight.
Yeah. My transfer didn't show up, so then I had to get a taxi. My hotel was closed because it was 1 a.m. at that point. I had the joy of bothering locals for their phones so I could try and get in contact with the hotel to let myself in. I basically spent all night wandering around town and going around like the area and back again and trying to find any open hotel eventually at that point. It was like 3 a.m. At this point. I'd already done like 15,000 steps. And I had a trip at 7 a.m. that day, so I was like, well, I may as well just stay up at this point. Like 3 till 7 a.m. is not much.
Yeah, at that point, it's like, there's no point in going to sleep.
And I wasn't tired at all because my ADHD brain was, like, thriving.
So many new things. Yeah, like, new place, summer, Crete, where am I?
It was literally, it was warm. There was interesting things to see walking around a town at midnight. Very friendly place by yourself in the middle of the night, actually, so there is that. There were some cats. That was cool.
There was cats? Like, stray cats?
Yeah, there were lots of cats, yeah. I loved it. It was really like very peaceful just wandering the streets of Chania. So that was day one. We weren't off to a great start, but I literally wasn't like upset or stressed or phased or anything, which was good. So like pros of it being me, I didn't care.
Yeah, I would have literally have just had a spiral.
Yeah, you would have. Whereas I was like, this is funny.
This is hilarious. I don't have a hotel room.
I was like, isn't this funny, quirky, and cute? So day number 2, I lost my pen. That was a very important thing that I wrote down on my list that is now in pencil.
Wait, what?
So I had it, whilst I was on holiday, I wrote a little list. I have a little notebook that I wrote things down on so I could go back and look at what my holiday was like.
Yeah.
I should have maybe prerequisited that. And day number 2 is when I went to Heraklion and Konossos Palace, and my first note is that I lost my pen. Don't know what happened to my pen, but I'm glad I brought a backup pencil.
Right. So basically your pen's somewhere in Crete, probably.
My pen is still on holiday. It's got like a daiquiri. It's having a great time.
Lucky pen. Right, so you went to... Where was it again?
Konossos Palace and Heraklion. So with 0 sleep and like 15,000 steps under my belt already at 6 a.m., I set off to find where I was actually supposed to be going to meet the coach driver for my trip, which went horribly wrong. I got very lost. But eventually I get on the coach and everything. I went to Konossos Palace.
Okay.
And I learned things about the Minoans.
Okay. Who are the Minoans?
So, this is really cool, actually. So, the Minoans were the people that lived in Crete before the Cretans.
Oh, okay.
And Crete has, like, a huge history of, like, who's taken it over and all of that stuff, and I didn't research it enough to do a deep dive, and I definitely probably meant to, but then forgot until just this moment. What we know about the Minoans is pretty cool. So, you know King Minos?
Yeah, I know King Minos. Well, I don't know him personally, I don't invite him for coffee, but yeah, King Minos.
He's a great guy. His chess games are on par. Yeah, so Palace. So I would like to say that all these facts are said after me writing them down at approximately 11 p.m. at night after the learning all the information. So we're really going off whatever my brain decided to remember and how it remembered it.
Okay.
What we learned is that Minos, as in King Minos, was more of a title. So there were multiple King Minuses, essentially.
Right.
So King Minos wasn't like a guy.
I thought it was just one dude.
All the Minoans basically had King Minos was their title.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. The Minotaur myth, to do with King Minos, was basically just made up for fun. Like all myths, admittedly, but that one was just like a quirky, fun time. Like, there is no ground as to where that came from outside of just, we saw some things, let's say that. But yeah, so... And the labyrinth part of that myth, so the Minoans had a double-edged axe, right? Like, that was their...
Okay.
They used it for ceremonies, and they had, like, the symbol on a few things.
Yeah.
And that word for double-edged axe is similar to the word for labyrinth in Greek. So that might be where the labyrinth myth came from.
Oh, okay.
But also, very interesting, is that the palace, Konossos Palace, is 3 acres large. The palace itself, the building.
That's huge.
Yeah, so that was basically very maze-like, which I'm calling is a bit sus for then a myth,
A meme.
to be, a myth to be like about a minotaur in a maze when the palace was 3 acres of maze-like structures.
Yeah,
you know?
no, like, I don't think they're on about the axe. They're probably on about the palace. If the palace was that huge.
Exactly. And the Minoans had wore a ceremonial bull's head.
Oh, right.
In special situations.
Like a mask thing that they put on.
Yeah, well, no, I'm probably assuming it was an actual bull's head back then.
Yeah, but they could probably still carve it out and put it on.
Yeah, so that's probably where the myth originated from. Obviously, we don't know.
Okay.
But there are a lot of ties, you know?
Yeah, that's interesting.
After a tour around the palace, which was really, really cool, if you like old buildings and rocks and stuff, that was an awesome place to go.
Yeah.
And then I made my way into Heraklion town.
Was that when you went to Starbucks?
Where I got a single olive bread roll and an iced soy latte.
And finally got internet.
And I used that Starbucks Wi-Fi to tell you all about, what would you say, 48 hours later that I was alive?
Yeah, because I was concerned. Because I'd basically been chatting with you all the way up to you getting into the airport.
Yeah.
And then I fell asleep. I woke up to a million messages from you because your flight had been delayed and all this.
Yeah.
And I was obviously there oh, I better message him back. And then I just heard nothing for ages. And I was I'm sure he's gonna be okay. I remember I texted you thinking if you didn't have internet, maybe you could text me. And I didn't hear anything. I was is he okay? Has he died? And then you were just yeah, I'm just in Starbucks. And you just told me everything that had happened. I was well.
I was yeah, I'm just getting a nice latte. How are you? It's been 48 hours.
At least we know it's safe there, right? I was just there well, at least we know he's safe because he's literally just spent the whole night being an urchin on the street and no one's killed him. So that's something, you know.
I love how I could have texted you as well, but somewhere in my mind I was I don't want to pay the 20p.
Yeah, thanks for that. You could have just put me at ease and just been hey, I'm alive, but now...
I was I'll find a Starbucks soon enough. Okay, so yeah, I got Wi-Fi and told everyone I was alive 48 hours later.
Right, so you found a Starbucks and you told us what you were alive, and then you ate a bagel that was literally the size of your head.
Yeah, and then I ate a huge bagel, and then I ended that day
Yeah.
on a delightful total of 30,000 steps.
Nothing at all.
And a coffee that was like just a drop in the ocean of sleep deprivation at that point. I was getting tired, to say the least.
Yes, because you hadn't slept and you didn't have a bed. There was no bed.
So the end of day 2, I managed to get into the hotel.
Yes. So you actually managed to get into the hotel.
Yep, and the hotel manager was absolutely lovely. She felt really sorry for me and everything. It was great.
Yeah.
The hotel was really nice. It was like, I had like a whole apartment, essentially, a little balcony. It was cute.
Wasn't she like waiting for you the whole night before as well?
She was, yeah. She was waiting for me like the night I was outside from like 2 a.m. But the reception was really far away from the front door, so when I was banging on it, she probably couldn't hear it or anything.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Poor lady.
I know.
But at least you got in.
She was really worried about me, honestly. So, day number 3 was when I went to Samaria Gorge. Samaria Gorge. The huge famous gorge in Crete.
Big gorge.
Yeah, so I set off at 5:50 a.m., so we're still not doing great on the sleep scale, to be honest. But I wasn't tired. I packed my bag with water, apples, and bananas. Don't put a banana in your backpack along with 2 3-litre bottles of water. It gets squished, and it is gross.
That's fair.
I found out the hard way. I didn't think about it at the time.
Let's see the world's gorge.
Yeah, let's see the cool gorge. It's like the second biggest gorge in all of Greece, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Big gorge.
It was meant to be like an 8-hour walk. The guide said. I didn't have like a guide, but like I went on a bus and everything with like a bunch of people.
Like an excursion.
So I was expecting like a difficult walk. Like it's advertised being like for medium to stuff, and I was like, well, I'm pretty active, so it's probably not going to be difficult and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I did it in 3 hours.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
And I was going slow, so I don't think it was a hard walk, but I think for you, like, if you and Jordan did it, I don't think you would have been able to do it in that time.
No.
It was maybe 30 degrees out.
Yeah.
It was really humid. It was obviously between 2 mountains.
Yeah.
There was not a lot of shade, and it was a lot of walking up the side of a mountain and down the side of a mountain, climbing over rocks and all of this stuff.
I know, yeah, I'd probably have died. I mean, I would have probably made it, but I wouldn't have been happy about it.
Yeah, you would have been very warm in that environment, whereas I was, like, quite on the cooler side.
Yeah. You were just like, it's chilly. I need a jumper.
Yeah, basically. But what's really cool is that the water that flows through the gorge, you can drink it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So, like, literally, there are little rest stops throughout where you've got, like, stations with bathrooms and stuff, because obviously it's a huge walking thing, so they've kind of made it human-like. But also, every 2 stops, there's a fire safety warden and everything, because it's a huge forest.
Yeah, fire.
So that's really cool. And they've got basically just these stones with pipe that lead to the stones where just the water flows through, and you can just literally fill up your water bottle and drink it. It's great. It tastes like dirt, but it's okay.
Tastes like dirt.
It doesn't taste like dirt, but it tastes like water that's been in rocks.
Yeah, like actual spring water.
Yeah, exactly.
It tastes like life.
So yeah, at this point I noticed that my 2 bananas have been squished by the crushing weight of my water bottles, and it was a 13-kilometre walk. That's how long it was, 13 kilometres.
That's a big walk.
So I did that in like 3 hours. And then after my 13-kilometre walk, I walked 4 kilometres to the town. And then I realised there was nothing to do in the town and spent 5 hours just sat in the sun reading my book.
That sounds delightful.
Because I had to wait for the ferry to arrive at 5 p.m.
Wait, what was the ferry for?
So basically you drive up to the top of the gorge, right?
Yeah.
And then you walk all the way through the gorge and then down into the town.
Yeah.
But unless you walk all the way back through the gorge, there's no way to leave the town outside of a ferry.
Oh, okay.
So they get all their supplies and everything through that ferry.
Oh, okay.
So then I had to wait, and the ferry's twice a day.
Oh, that sounds awkward.
Maybe 3 times. I think there's a morning and lunch. Yeah, because the one arrived when I got there, so. And then there's an afternoon one, so I had to wait till then to get my ferry.
Can you imagine, like, living on that kind of schedule where it's like you either have to do a mad walk or you're stuck in this town unless you get one of these 2 very specific ferries?
Yeah, but I suppose you'd be used to it because, like, they didn't have many cars in that town.
No? Mainly walking then?
No, there was, I think I saw 4.
Well, I suppose if there's no road out the town and they've got
There's nowhere to go, yeah.
What's the point of having a car?
Exactly.
Interesting. So you got on your ferry back to the hotel?
Got on my ferry back. I got back to the hotel at 8 p.m. I was still not tired, and then I'm pretty sure I just read for the rest of the day, to be honest.
That sounds solid.
It was a really cool day. I really enjoyed that walk. That was my favourite part of it, because you know me, I'm like mountains, hills, and trees. Cool.
Yeah, that's all you need, and you're happy.
Let's see, day 3. Day 3 didn't have much going on, because there was a huge thunderstorm.
Was it really, really bad?
Yeah, there was a huge... I was meant to go to Elefonsi Island, which is like a really cool island nearby. So because thunderstorms and boats do not mix, weirdly...
It's strange, that, isn't it?
My trip to a remote island was cancelled.
The trip was cancelled.
So I walked, by the way, halfway to town in the pouring thunderstorm rain to find out it was cancelled, to then walk all the way back. I don't know where in my mind I was like, no, this seems very saleable.
Just like, that makes sense.
But yeah, so I went back to the hotel. I decided to just have a chill day. I think this was when I like text everyone, caught up with everyone properly, because I had quite a backlog at that point.
Yeah.
It was 19 degrees C though. It was freezing cold. I was so cold that day.
It's not 19 degrees isn't cold.
I was shivering. I had literally was
cold
just...
for lizard people, but it's not cold for us normal people.
I was walking around with the blanket around me and everything.
I'm imagining you in your ski coat.
I was going to take my ski coat, but all my friends were laughing at me, so I didn't.
You weren't. You weren't actually going to take your ski coat.
I should have taken more, I wish I'd taken a jumper as well as my hoodie and jacket.
Okay, so the day after the storm.
Well, the storm cleared up at 2 p.m, so I decided to go explore all the beaches around where I was, and that was really nice. The beaches are really pretty.
Pretty beaches.
Day 4 is after I finally slept for the first night, properly, like 8 hours as opposed to 2. It was my last day in Chania. I only went for 4 days because...
Just a little escape.
I wanted to do those things, and I don't sit still well, so I didn't want to have like a super long holiday because I knew I'd get bored and really restless.
Yeah.
Whereas this was like constant go, go, go.
Yeah, because you didn't have time to stop.
Yeah, basically. I went off to explore the town and the surrounding area. I went back around the beaches I saw after the storm. They were so much nicer in the sun. I took loads of pretty pictures. And the water was so clear. Crystal clear. It was beautiful.
But you could just see everything underneath it.
Yeah, you could see like all the rocks and everything.
Oh.
It was really cool.
Oh.
I went to the old town of Chania, which is like really cool, old buildings and everything, and it's like a really popular location, but it was very busy and very loud, and I did not stay there for very long.
Too loud.
But what was really cool, as I was walking there, is that they have little food and water bowls for stray animals.
Okay.
So they have like such a huge population of strays, and I believe it's something to do with snakes or something. That might be entirely wrong in an entirely different place, but basically they have a lot of strays. They might have more strays than people, I'm not sure. There's something about strays. But they have like bowls for food and water for cats and dogs, just like so many littered around, and I think that's really cute and really cool.
That is really cute. Did they just like as a community then just like look after the strays?
I don't know if the government does or whatever. They're like proper like bin-sized food and water bowls.
Oh, what?
So it looks like they've been placed, yeah, like genuinely. Like a few shops and houses have like plastic trays of water outside for the strays that you can tell.
Yeah.
But like they're no different than like a bin on the side of the road.
That's cool though. And it was just full of food and water.
They've got like kind of a metal frame that's got like either food or water in, and there's like a bowl at the bottom that collects it. It's really cool. So I don't know if it's a government thing.
That is cool. Hopefully it is. Greek government looking after cats and dogs.
Yeah. So then I just found kind of like a little secluded bit by one of the beaches, and I just chilled in the sun and read my book, and that was a really nice end to my holiday. And I also ate a tomato that was the size of a melon. It was so big.
What was the size of a melon?
A tomato. So you know like beef tomatoes?
Yeah.
So you know how big a honeydew melon is? Not honeydew, sorry.
Yes.
Cantaloupe melon is in this country.
Yeah.
It was not dissimilar to that size.
Mad. For a tomato.
Yeah, I love fruits over there. It's great. Fruits and vegetables, it's grand. I just kind of ate it like an apple.
Yeah, I imagine you did. Just snacked on it.
Yeah, it's something I only do when I'm on holiday, is like I will just eat a tomato. I've done it like a few times whenever I'm away. So reflections on my holiday to Crete.
Yeah, go. Reflections.
I took myself on a holiday. I was really proud of that. That was like a huge step for me. And admittedly, loads of people have probably done it before, whatever. But I have never done it.
And you did it.
I always say how much I want to travel and see things and like...
Yes you do. All the time.
Go to these amazing places. And I actually did it.
You actually did it this time.
And that was really cool. So I'm pretty proud of myself for that.
You should be. Be proud.
I saw some really awesome stuff, like the ruins and the gorge, and that was amazing, and like the town and everything, that was just cool. I literally read loads of my book. I'm currently reading The Atlas 6, which is a huge book, by the way.
Is it massive?
And I got like 70% through it in 4 days, which for me is pretty impressive because nothing was there to distract me.
You could actually focus on reading.
I walked loads and I just enjoyed my time going at my own pace, which is to say being awake for 16 hours running around.
Doing your thing. As you do.
It was grand.
I'm glad you had a grand time. It sounds like a grand time. Even a bit chaotic at the beginning, still sounds like a grand time.
It was a little chaotic, but honestly, it matched my chaotic energy, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what you live off.
Yeah, it really, honestly, like, it didn't faze me, I think, just because, like, that's basically, I was like, well, I mean...
It is what it is.
The thing is, like, yeah, I was stranded outside, whatever, in the middle of the night, but it had already happened, so what was the point of stressing about it?
You do have a point. Like, you're stuck there, though.
Like, I was already stranded outside. I may as well go walk around and see what I can see.
And actually enjoy the outside.
Like, it wasn't cold, it wasn't storming.
And hey, at least you know it's safe. Definitely safe.
But things I learned for my first solo holiday.
Yes.
1. Screenshot maps. Screenshot them. Because even if you download it on Google Maps, apparently that doesn't transfer sometimes. Apparently that's not okay.
Okay.
You have to find Wi-Fi before it re-downloads itself in the new country, essentially, it seems
That's
like.
a bit pointless.
So screenshot them so you know at least road names, which I didn't, and I couldn't find a single road name in Greek, but it's not the point. Screenshot maps, very important. I bothered so many locals just asking for directions, and honestly, I've dropped my pen. So I asked locals like a billion things. Just even if they were dumb questions, it's better than being lost, and honestly, they won't remember you, so you may as well just ask, like, hey, do you know where this place is? And they're like, yeah, it's literally next door. And it's like, okay, thank you so much.
Like, cheers.
Yeah, the locals there are really nice, and you know what, even if they're like, there was this really dumb tourist, it's like, at least I wasn't lost.
Yeah, there is that.
Enjoy the time to yourself. Like, I text people and caught up with them, but for a good majority of my holiday, I was just vibing to my own tune, and I really, really enjoyed that. Sometimes bad weather happens. I learnt this on the day of the storm.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. Rain be rain.
So, bring a book or a raincoat. I brought a book. Yeah, check your data roaming before you leave on your phone contract.
Yeah.
Don't do that in Greece. Check before you leave, because I couldn't figure out in Greece, and I couldn't call 3 to ask for help.
No, because you were in Crete.
As someone that loves being alone, honestly, my holiday was really great.
I'm glad, bro. I'm glad you finally took the big step and you took a trip by yourself.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes you have to be prepared to be locked outside your hotel for a whole night.
Yeah, but you did it though. You dealt with it. Like,
I dealt with it, and next time I'm definitely going to book an earlier flight, I think.
yeah, maybe. Might be a good idea.
But I'm also going to keep my little notebook that I've put this holiday in, and I'm going to put my other holidays in it that I'll go on, and it's going to be really cool to look back on.
Yeah, keep a little, like, memento journal of holidays, and then when it comes to the next episode, when you're like, hey, I've been here, you can teach me all about that place as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Ooh, also I will say, so I travelled with only my backpack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very bold for you, because you're usually someone that comes with like 5 duffel bags just for a 2-night stay here.
Yeah, so I pack a lot of outfits, we know this.
Yeah. But the listeners don't know this.
The people listening don't need to know that about me.
The listeners don't know this, and they need to know.
I like to have options when I'm going places, because with you and me, there is a chance that one would be like, let's go to a club, let's go to a meal out, let's go for a 5-mile walk, you know, like I need to prepare, and also I have a car, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but you brought up less since you've been driving than when you used to bring stuff up on the train.
That's because I can drive back if I need an outfit change.
Anyway, right, so yeah, you only took a backpack.
But yeah, so I only took a backpack. Luckily, because I am quite a small frame person, I could fit like a good amount of my clothes, because obviously the smaller the clothes, they don't take up as much space. So I took like, I didn't even need to take as many clothes as I did, which is crazy.
That's mad.
But I will say, I took my Hankin backpack, the Fjallraven one.
Hey.
Yeah, carrying that around for 4 days with literally all my stuff in, that weighs like 10 kilogram on straps that are very, very thin. It hurts after a while. It gave me back pain. I'm going to be real.
Yeah, no, I'm not surprised. That sounds like absolute nightmares, to be honest. Like, you need thick straps.
Yeah, so use a different backpack is the moral of that story.
Thick straps, boys.
So that was my holiday. It was really fun. I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad I did it.
I'm really glad you enjoyed it.
And I will be going on more.
Yeah. Where do you want to go next?
I I really want to go to Athens, actually. I really do want to do Athens.
Athens, that's the one on the list.
I want to do Athens and I want to do Barcelona.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to do more holidays. I really enjoyed it. I loved it.
Well, thank you for telling me about all your things today when you went to Crete. Thank you.
You found out more about my Crete holiday today than whilst I was in Crete.
Yeah, I did. Basically, when you were in Crete, it was like, here's some pictures. I've been awake all night on the street. I've got a Starbucks.
Literally.
And then it was, you were gone for ages, and then you just pop back up again and be like, I saw this! And it's like, okay, cool. And that was it.
Oh my gosh, I just looked up one of my plant it's so big now. It's growing like over my
Is it growing over your bed?
What's the thing you hang curtains on? The curtain line? No, the curtain line.
My word, it's growing over the curtain line.
Yeah, what's that called?
Curtain pole?
Curtain pole is the curtain line. Yeah, it's growing over the curtain pole.
I call it the pole.
It's grown so much. It's ridiculous.
You need to be
Beautiful.
careful or it's going to like take down your curtain line. You don't want it taking down your curtain line.
Well, I just keep wrapping it around the strings of its hanging basket. But yeah, so that was my trip to Crete. That's been the episode. I've been Luke.
Wow.
That's been Shannon.
I've been Shannon and that's been Luke.
Rate, review, and subscribe.
Please subscribe.
For more of our Tales deep dives. We're doing a Victorian episode.
We are. I'm going to get in.
We're going to do a Victorian deep dive episode soon. Possibly the next episode.
Possibly. I just need to do some research because there's a lot of things I want to talk about to do with the vile Victorians. So, yeah. Let's get into it. Let's do it. So please subscribe.
So yeah.
Please give us love.
Subscribe for that. Follow us on Caffeine Adult Minds on Instagram for more updates and all of our different podcasts. And listen to the trailer next of one of our other shows.
Ooh, fun trailer. Gotta listen. Can't miss the trailer. Whoa.
Whoa. And if you like games, we play games over on Caffeine Adult Games. Whoa, that's crazy. Bye. 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 Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye. We also have a YouTube gaming channel, Caffeine Adult Games. Here's a trailer. If you could be any space thing, what would you be?
Ursula the Space Witch.
Valid.